Mm.
So it's something that we will intensify. We will continue to. And with what you just said, I'm looking at another way of identifying, let's say, because I have these cards, these charts that I designed, identifying each crops, integrating from farming to the waste. So nothing is wasted, even from farming.
Okay. I guess that's your zero waste.
Yes. Okay. Exactly. So identifying those players in each of these value chain.
Yeah.
And I think the next step is once we are able to achieve that, then maybe we can it all depends on funding also, because if we want to invite maybe like 10 companies that, okay, if you are in this value chain of cassava, why we are having this innovation or acceleration to be able to do this, bring your ideas and see how we can, collaborate to achieve this, The government can, I think the private sector, is needed that the private sector should do that, you understand, because this is very key. Some people have started like Sahel after nutrition Sahel or something by Mrs. Ndidi Okoronkwo. I think she has started that, they identify some crops in some regions and they incubate young people to see how they can collaborate and, train them and see how they can put something together. Yeah. But the key thing is we've not started, adapting that method of brand collaboration. We are all just doing individual.
Everybody your own.
Yes. Yeah. So brand, collaboration is very key. I think that is the next step we need to start looking into. Thank you very much.
So tell me more about your waste, zero waste. Yeah, because you talk about it in one of your
So zero waste means that in every crop, in every food or cash crop, in everything we consume, nothing is wasted. There is always a value for each component of each crop.
So do this for my audience. Pick a crop and just guide us through every step.
I will take cassava. Yes, I will take cassava, for example, now. Cassava, we have cassava is being used in the food processing to get gari, fufu, and some other food crop.
Yeah.
And in the industrial aspect, cassava is also used for ethanol, starch, also chips, to produce some other syrup in the pharmaceutical industry.
Okay.
Also, the same cassava is also used for animal feeds.
Yes.
Inside the waste. So now I'll now break it down. The cassava, the cassava components, the component inside the cassava, when you chip it, is what is used to produce gari. But the peel, it has been, for years, this peel has been something of waste. For years.
Well, in my village, the peel is goat food. Yeah.
Good. So yes, it's goat food. And do you know that it is just of recent that industrial companies started adopting that same
peel?
Yes, that same peel, which means that, in our cultural food, cultural values.
Yeah.
There are some culture that we supposed to have adopted, but because of the modern civilization, we first identify whatever the Western people, give us or prescribe to us.
Let me just say something about that. Whose fault?
It's our fault. It's not their fault, because
we use we eat the product, okay, and we know how we process it, and we know what we term waste at each stage. See, it should have been our universities, okay, who should go to those places and see what they can get from each
waste with food. No, actually they do. I've gone to a research institute. No, see, I think the problem is implementation.
Okay.
Some of the research institutes I've visited actually have reports, documented research, wonderful research, that can be implemented. But you will be surprised that the implementation is also comes to funding, because if they want to do such things, they will need funding to be able to scale that production. So if they are not able to do it with funding, because their research institute is not a private institution. Like you see, we have IITA is a private research institute. It's one of the best private research institutes because it's being funded by international body. And they've done a lot, they've gotten a lot of grants, a lot of research. They were the one that developed this cassava stamp 419, yellow. So because they get funding. The same thing with some of our research and university, they have these reports. If you go to the archives of many of these universities,
why are they in the archives?
Yeah, because they lack the funding to scale. And also, apart from that, also there's what we call the communication gap. A lot of people don't, it's in the university. For example, I just ventured into, if I'm new, I'm into agri, I don't have the information. Where do I know, how do I access, or how do I know that this information is there? I will have to travel some kilometers, maybe to.
I think what, and I am seeing you, and I've talked to other young people who are into agri. You guys went to school, so for me, it's essential. It's essential for our farmers, okay, not to just be some village boy or girl who started. No, you guys should go to school, learn the agri from school, okay, the academic part, and then combine it with your local tradition, okay? So you know the products, and you know what can come from the product, from the science and research. So it's a combination of both the research and traditional lifestyle. So continue with the zero waste thing that we were talking about.
So just like you said, there are a lot of ways that can be transformed into 1, animal feed, 2, biogas, 3, fertilizer, as in organic fertilizer, and 4, energy, for any community or for any industry, when I mean industrial production. Energy. So these 4 items, and also creative, creative items. There's somebody that is using the husks of corn, when you peel the corn, to do sanitary pad in Kenya.
Wow, that's good.
You understand? The peel of banana, the fiber of banana is being used as paper, brown paper in Uganda.
Good.
You understand?
Good.
So there's a lot of these ways that can be transformed into so many things, just like I said, the feed, the biogas, fertilizer. So we import a lot of fertilizer in Nigeria and in Africa. We import because of this war, it has skyrocketed. The inflation of the price of fertilizer has gone up. If not that, a few companies like Indorama in those days have started, but they don't meet up with the demand. They still import some components.
Yeah.
But I must confess to you, if we industrialize this waste into our normal organic waste, either it is liquid or is soil component fertilizer, we can close that gap. We can close that gap of importation. You understand? Okay. So it is very, 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 very what they call it. Also, palm oil. You know, palm oil also. Yeah. You know, there's no waste in palm oil.
See,
you have the palm oil.
I come from
yes, it comes from big south. I know you have the idea
farming family. Okay, I come from a big farming family. In fact, my uncle, two of my uncles have big farms. One of them, New Nigerian Bank uses his farm for their calendar sometime in the 80s. That will tell you how big it is. They had so I understand the use of all those things because my family were big farmers, but in the last few decades, all my cousins are in the city and they have left the farm. So I'm trying to encourage them. Hey, the farm is the place to be because you guys know how to.
That's why I said we need to make farming, a business, not just a hobby.
They need to convert farming into a business. That's what they need to do. Yeah. Good.
And good enough. Recently, I was reading a report by an accountant, and the top stock market, the top stock, how do I want to put it? The stock in Nigeria. Shares. The top selling shares. The top selling shares in Nigerian Stock Exchange. About 5 of them. 2 of them are from is agri based.
Wow, that's good.
Okomu oil has been there for decades now.
Yeah.
Then we have this another company called Prisco. I think Prisco.